Here's what's really bad about this show, though. You want to know what they win?
Yeah, yes.
$500,000 in this economy? Are you kidding me? Hi, Ellen.
Hey, Chelsea.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should just jump into this week's episode. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Always do it. Welcome to the Are You Watching This podcast, the podcast where we talk about shows you should be watching. I'm one of your hosts, Chelsea.
And I'm Ellen.
And what are you watching, Ellen?
I am watching a bunch of things this week.
Mm-hmm.
I have watched a bunch of things this past week. I watched Adults on FX. Checked that out. Didn't love it.
Me either.
Yeah.
I think I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Yes.
And it just did not get me. But people online are talking about it. Like, they're loving it. And
they are.
Did you watch Overcompensating? Because you watched that.
You know what good is.
Yes.
No shade. But yeah, I was not impressed at all.
I feel like they dropped the ball. I don't know exactly where.
I feel like I feel like a bunch of things.
I couldn't pinpoint like a specific. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't like this actor. I didn't like the topic or whatever.
Just wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Not for me.
So you checked that out. What else did you check out?
Well, I rewatched / finished the 4 seasons.
Oh, yes.
I love the writing, love the acting, love the characters, hated the story, mostly because it made me sad. It made me so sad.
At the end?
All of it.
Okay.
All of it.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's all these couples, and it's about their struggles, and you're just, like, hate to see it.
Yeah.
Especially with all these characters. 'Cause you got Tina Fey, you got Cole Domingo, you got Will Forte.
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
Yes.
Who's Steve Carell's wife? Oh, what's her name? She plays the crazy cop lady on Reno 911.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know her name.
But anyway.
Just very, like, lovable actors that we've...
Yes.
That have also had lovable roles before that we fall in love with. And in these roles, you're just kind of like, oh, you guys are kind of awful people. But human. But yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, I did not like the story as well.
Did you think that the story should have been improved, or it was just too sad? Like, that's not the kind of stuff you want to watch right now?
Probably just not, I wasn't the audience for it, so not the, stuff that I want to watch right now. Yeah. I think it was well told. I think it was,
I think the writing was great.
Yeah.
Just, I'm not going to watch it again. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I think I kept hoping it would turn happy, but.
There was some moments of happiness.
Yeah.
But they usually were short-lived.
Yeah. Did you see the twist at the end coming?
What? Wait.
Not what happened to Steve's character, but...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No. So, I mean, they're setting up for a season 2, potentially. Yeah. I don't know if they'll do that, but...
Yeah, I think...
That did kind of throw me off.
Yeah. Okay. I think they did get renewed for season 2, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I checked out Department Q or Dept Q on Netflix with Matthew Good. Good? I don't know. I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote a really good pilot. Lovely characters. You like the characters. ACAB, always. But the propaganda on the show is very good.
What do you mean, it makes you not feel that way when you're watching it? Okay.
Yeah, because it's an investigative, it's more investigative than brutally traumatizing, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's more, they just, open cases from the past, kind of, and sort of, are trying to figure out, what do they call it? A case that they...
Cold case?
A cold case,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was, it's less traumatizing in that way.
I'm going to make sure it's on my list of things to watch next week. For whatever reason, I was picking up that it was, kind of sci-fi or, Not quite. Does it take place like here now? Oh,
Yeah, it takes place now. It's just based in the UK.
okay.
I could not tell if it was Scottish or I don't think it was Irish. I think it was Scottish. But the main character is English, like
Okay.
London. So there's a bunch of UK accents varying throughout it, but it's not otherworldly. It's, yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that, but
No, maybe it's just the setting.
maybe. But that sounds really good. I'm kind of ready to watch another investigative show. It's been a lot of comedies and dramas and like sadness. So
Yeah, yeah. It is, it gets pretty dark, but it's not too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've let you down darker roads before.
did you check out And Just Like That?
I did not, but I need you to talk about it because I saw a tweet about it.
What tweet did you see?
I saw a tweet about something that Adam, no, what's his name?
Aiden.
Aiden.
Oh.
Aiden's character does, and I'm
Oh.
like, and I immediately thought of you. I was
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
why is Chelsea watching the show?
It was so bad. And that was one of the scenes where I was like, that would have never been in the original series.
Yes.
So it feels like they are kind of, that's why I liked it, or I would tune in before, is it felt very rhythmic. It felt like the old show did.
Yeah.
But the first episode felt a little different.
Yeah.
That, and Rosie O'Donnell was in it, and she plays a virgin nun who Meredith sleeps with, and
Yeah.
it's just lots of good stuff.
Yeah. I just felt, when I read the Aiden thing, and I also did see the Rosie O'Donnell character, I was like, I don't know if this feels true to the characters
It really
that we
doesn't.
see them to.
Yeah, it really didn't.
Yeah. But I don't know. Apart from that, any good points of the the first episode of season 3?
It feels like they're focusing less on sexuality like they were the first couple seasons, where it was like always a conversation, and they haven't really mentioned it. Like not about Charlotte's kid, not about Miranda. I mean, kind of about her being gay, but
Yeah.
not much.
The nun coming into play, they didn't use that.
No, because they really. Miranda was like, I don't want you to leave God for me. She's like, I'm not gonna leave God. She's like, I always knew this was the person I am, and I'm glad that I got to experience it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very
That was it.
progressive nun.
Yeah.
Okay, we love that.
Watch it if you, on a Sunday, you've
Yeah.
already caught up on everything.
Yes.
You're about to take a nap.
Yeah, put on. Yeah. That's the perfect setting for that show. I agree. What else did you check out?
I've been continuing to watch The Rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
I've not finished it yet, though, and it is getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
I think, let's see, did I not? I don't remember what episode it is. I think it's like episode 3 or 4. I don't remember why, but he tries to reenact his childhood as a baby, and so he makes this giant set, and they like move him around and put him in a crib and stuff, and then he breastfeeds from this giant paper mache lady.
Oh no.
Yeah, that part lost me a little bit.
Yeah.
So-
Imagery in my head. I don't like it. I
I didn't like seeing it. I did not like seeing it.
Oh gosh. I want to say, did it add any artistic, or was it just Nathan being?
It does make sense with what he's doing, but there are so many things in the show that it makes sense, but it's such a tiny fragment in what he's trying to do, and it's hyper specific for like one specific person who's like not even one of the main people.
Yeah.
So
It's
no.
odd.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll keep finish watching it though.
Yeah, I will check it out. You said around episode 3 and 4. That's where we got that scene. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll think if I make it past that scene. Yeah. If I make it past that scene, I'll probably keep watching it. If I don't, it'll be a DNF. Do not finish, or did not finish.
Yeah. What else have you been watching?
I finished, and I can't believe I stuck with the show. Yeah, Your Friends and Neighbors.
I am surprised too. And I'm gonna be honest, I judge you a little bit for it. Just a smidge.
It's all right. I got you for, and just like that,
Yeah.
you got me for Your Friends and Neighbors. Okay, my thoughts on the show now that it's finished. By the end, you just are left thinking, what was the point?
That's how I felt from the beginning.
Yes, and we did express that, but again, like with the good actors and the writing is decent. It's just
The story is terrible.
It's terrible.
I did tell Drake because I was like, Ellen, finish this. I was like, maybe it is good. I was like, I don't think I can watch the first season though. And I told him, I was like, James Marsden's going to be in season 2, so I'll probably just watch season 2.
Fair. You know what? For this one, I'll allow it.
See, sometimes it works out.
It's just because you really won't be missing anything.
Yeah.
From that first season. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I just can't believe it got greenlit. I can't believe we cared or someone cared that a story like this had to be told. Mm-hmm. Because at the end, the character just ends up, there's no character growth. Mm-hmm. It's very pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah. But great acting.
Okay. Anything else?
Do I want to reveal? Okay. About 2 nights ago, I was like, I'm about to have such a busy week ahead. So I did that thing where you just like stay up late for no reason and then you hate yourself after. Mm-hmm. And I stayed up late before I made this decision. I found a new show on Prime Video called Motorheads.
Okay.
It has I didn't even write this down, guys, so this is just going off my head. I did look up a few of the characters, but it has the guy Reese Witherspoon used to be married to.
Ryan Philippe.
Yes.
I don't know why I know that so fast, but I do.
You were. Yeah, that was quick. And a bunch of other, but a bunch of Australian actors, because I looked up the cast and it was like, Australia. I was like, oh, okay.
Was it filmed in Australia?
It was not.
Oh, okay.
No, and it's not even, they don't even have Australian accents. It's, I think that it's based, here, because there was a scene about Michigan, so it's in the States. It's a teen drama about twins who move back to the hometown like their parents grew up in. Their dad is missing or dead. He used to be a race car driver, and then he got pulled into a heist, like robbing a bank, and then he had to disappear. Some people think he's dead, some people think he's still alive, and they are just dealing with people in the town finding out who they are, and then also their own identities connected to their father. So about cars and stuff like that. It's really dumb, but I enjoyed it. Okay. I ended up staying up way too late.
Okay.
Finishing it in one go.
I get that. There's shows like that. You're like, this is not good quality TV, but it's good. It's feeding me.
Yeah. And then also the dad, so there's flashbacks to their younger years, and the dad, I am pretty sure, I didn't fully, I am 100% sure, is played by Ryan Philippe, so Reese Witherspoon's, their son.
It is wild how much the kid, like the son looks like him,
yes.
and the daughter looks like her.
Yes.
Those genes are strong.
Very, very. Yeah, because when you see him on screen, you're just like, it didn't take me I knew whose child that was.
You know, as an actor, that's a great idea. Have some kids that look like you, so then when you're get older, they can play younger you.
Yeah. I'm surprised a lot of them don't do it more.
Maybe that's what they're doing now, though, because there are a lot of actors.
Yeah.
Kids are starting to act.
Yeah. And the actors we grew up watching, too. So now their kids are of age to do that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
start seeing that.
He doesn't have a lot of lines. I don't think he's the best actor, but it's cute.
Okay. I put it on the list.
Okay.
Was there anything else?
No, that was it. What about you?
The only thing I was going to mention, because I forgot to mention this when we talked about Secret Life of Mormon Wives last week, is it took me until like the second to last episode, and I finally realized the brilliant marketing that Hulu was doing. Mm-hmm. So they kept showing all these flashbacks, and they were referring to what happened in Italy over the summer, and they were on another Hulu show called Vanderpump Villa or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they kept showing clips. And what they want you to do is go watch it. And I almost did. And I was like, oh, they got me. They almost got me.
You did? Almost did?
I almost did. I was like, oh, after I finish this, I'll go check that out. I was like, no. That's what they want.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good marketing.
It was a good intertwine of the same universe that, I agree. Did you ever watch Vanderpump Rules?
No.
Okay.
And it's too late now.
Yeah. Too many seasons. I tried. No, too many seasons.
And that's why when we were watching The Traitors, I liked Tom Sandoval's character,
Yeah.
like when he was on there, because I know what he did,
Yeah.
but I hadn't seen it. I had no emotional connection to those people,
Yeah.
so
I agree.
except Ariana Madrix.
Right, because of Love Island.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, we
She
love
needs to
her.
be protected.
Yes.
All right. Well, then, who are your nominations for your consideration?
I am nominating. Okay, so 2 nominations this week.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do Outstanding Cast.
Okay.
The Pit.
All right.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, I didn't know that was a category. So.
I didn't either. I think I just saw it and I was like, oh, so I just wrote it down in my notes.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it is. Outstanding Cast in a Drama Series.
All right. I'm like typing on this.
And if it's not, yeah. Outstanding Casting for a Drama Series. I think the casting job. there
Okay.
is
So
fantastic.
casting. Oh, wait. Cast. Not, so
Casting
Yeah.
in drama series.
I see. All right. I think that's good. I didn't really know that was a category. So now that I know that, I'll keep my eyes open for
Yeah.
more nominations.
Yeah.
What was your second one?
Second, this is a bit rogue because he gets credit for the show regardless, but I think he's doing such a good job acting this season. Paul W. Downs.
Okay.
Yeah. Best supporting actor in a comedy series.
It's best supporting actor. Well, I also nominated him.
Oh, this week?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
But it's him, Jen Statsky,
Mhm.
Lucia, his wife.
Yeah.
They all three were the writers for that Slippery Slopes
Yes.
episode,
Mhm.
which I think is the very last one. Is that the last one? No,
Maybe, possibly. Second
it-
to last or last?
it's the second to last because
Yes.
it's the one where they have to boof Dance Mom.
Yes.
Anyway, so but how does that work if it's like writers? If it's
They
for
all get it.
yeah, if it's for a specific episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just this. Yeah, they submit a specific episode and whoever's attached to it.
That one, I think ultimately, that one was my favorite. I think it was so well written,
Yeah.
acting, all of it. So
Yeah. Okay. So you just gave them the writing.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. But I liked the acting nom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. I feel like this season he was very strong, and I think his character also played the bigger role in the emotions
Mhm.
and all that stuff. So I enjoyed him.
And I think I've already expressed this before, and I think this is a good example of it. I'm a firm believer that if you're good at your job, nobody notices how good you are.
Mhm.
And I think he plays that character so well. I just didn't even think like, oh, yeah, he's acting and portraying this character in such a great way. I'm just
Yeah. Like
great
it's
character.
too convincing that
Yes.
you're just like, yeah, sure.
like,
Yeah.
he's just there. He's not
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and also I think it was the second to last
Mm.
episode. I think there's physical comedy on his part. Maybe it's the last episode. Either one. No, it was the second to last episode.
Mhm.
And that's what I was like, okay, let me write this
Yeah.
down. Yeah, he gave his all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. I think I'm really happy with the nominations. I do think so. We'll record on the 15th, which is when they're coming out. Maybe beforehand, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on air. We'll sit down and kind of look to see who we've nominated, and then maybe fill in some gaps with
Yeah.
some, like, if we're doing outstanding cast, we can then think of some more noms.
Yes.
To fill- to do
yeah.
some-
And then we can post it so before the nominations
Yeah.
come out. We'll
Yeah.
post it on social
Yes. If you
media.
want to do that. Yeah. And then we can kind of double check. Like,
Yeah.
See how right we were.
Yeah.
Although I really don't anticipate to be right on a lot of these.
Oh,
These
no.
were a lot of emotional
Yeah.
nominations.
Yes, I agree. But we do have taste. I'm giving us like, oh wow, that was gonna be high. Gonna say 70. Okay, let me give it 60%. I think we'll have more on there than we realize. Than
Okay.
not.
I maybe.
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll just have them in the wrong categories.
Yeah.
Because I don't really quite understand, so I'm just throwing them places.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, are you ready to get into this week's topic?
Yes.
All right. So, because it is June and Pride Month, we're going to talk about what I have written down is Pride history in TV.
Okay.
And we know overall the portrayal of the queer community, LGBTQIA+. I'm going to probably just say queer or gay. I'm simplify it. But in TV landscape has been lacking.
Yes.
What we will see, it's a timeline like we've been doing.
Mhm.
In the 90s, we really start hitting some good spots.
Mm-hmm.
The lack is also even more so for QPOC, hack reference, queer people of color.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do as a straight white woman is focus on kind of where we were and where we are now and the progress that we've made.
Yes.
Be a little bit positive.
Yeah.
I like to spread positivity.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm not trying to sugarcoat or like ignore all the terrible representations, the lack of representations.
Right.
It's because we have had progress.
Yeah.
Not enough,
Not enough.
but we're seeing more and more. So
Yeah, better than before.
yes. Okay, so with that being said, let's start.
Okay.
In the 1930s, there was an increased presence of the LGBTQ in the media, so much so that the production code was made in 1934 to reduce negative portrayals of queer community in media. But due to increasing Christian beliefs, the negative undertones were outlaid still within the characters on the screen.
Yeah.
And the example they gave was Alfred Hitchcock, who he used his villains were often implied to be gay to increase their evilness and alienation.
Wow.
Yeah, which I've watched a lot of Alfred Hitchcock. I grew up watching that, and I wrote down, I think that's hilarious because all of the villains of his movies or his shows, they were like, I viewed them as very sly,
Yeah.
coy,
Yeah.
and smart, not like gay and evil.
Yeah. It's funny too because all the gays I know love Alfred Hitchcock. So that is very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never even heard that fact before.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Okay, but we did get in 1971 the first gay character on TV.
Right.
And do you want to guess the show?
Was it popular in any way?
Yes.
Okay. 1971.
I did actually tweet this yesterday.
I know,
So
and
pay attention to it.
I did. I saw it. But I skimmed it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was going to hear about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But no, I don't remember.
It's All in the Family.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was only one episode, but Archie Bunker finds out that his drinking buddy Steve is gay in the episode Judging Books by Covers.
Wow.
And I didn't see this in what I was looking, but I was responding to a tweet where somebody was talking about how people nowadays wouldn't be able to handle All in the Family because it's too conservative. But people are giving examples of how no, actually they were like really hitting on these big important topics. And I think Edith's friend was a drag queen and got beat up and killed like on Christmas, and there's a whole episode about that. So they were doing some good representation.
Yeah.
Now they were feeding to some stereotypes, but
And I think a lot of the first representation of the LGBTQ community was stereotypical.
mm-hmm.
Just like, I feel like if we go race-wise, too, it's very stereotypical at the beginning. And yeah,
especially with lack of representation.
exactly.
That's what it comes back. Money, lack of representation, lots more on there. But in 1972, ABC aired a made-for-TV movie called That Certain Summer, which is a movie about a gay man who raises his family. And this is kind of a long quote, but I thought it was really interesting. Gay historian, I guess that's Stephen Torpiano, wrote in his book, The Prime Time Closet, A History of Gays and Lesbians on TV. Might should read that.
Yeah.
The movie broke new ground for portraying homosexuals as real people rather than one-dimensional stereotypes. How honestly inaccurate the film reflects gay life in America is certainly debatable, but there's a more important question. Who exactly is in the intended audience? Clearly, it was not made for male couples living in San Francisco, but heterosexual couples who have never met a gay person that hopefully gained some new insight into gay male relationships and the emotional struggle many gay men endure as they seek acceptance from loved ones. And I liked that summary of it, and I liked that that's what that movie was trying to do.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that Martin Sheen plays the main character's partner.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that.
Yeah.
Not because of him, but just I feel like I would have heard about that. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But is Martin Sheen who I think it is?
It's Emilio Estevez's and Charlie Sheen's dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was Grace and Frankie.
I think so.
So he also plays a
okay.
character in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a couple.
Okay. Yeah.
He's very progressive. I love that. Yeah.
So is his son, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
In 1973, PBS aired An American Family, and this was the first reality show to present a gay person. And in the show, they documented the daily life of the Loud family in California and included their son, who was openly gay. And he kind of became an icon within the gay community after that.
Wait,
Yes.
what show is this?
It's called An American Family.
Okay.
It's on PBS.
Okay.
Because he has his own Wikipedia page and everything.
Ah.
I didn't click it, but just so you know.
Yeah.
In 1977, Billy Crystal plays Jody Dallas, an openly gay man on the TV series Soap.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that show.
Neither.
In 1991, this is where we get jumped and we're like getting some strides.
Because you went from 70s to 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first same-sex kiss was on LA Law, but unfortunately this was the start of like what they call the lesbian kiss episode. It was to drive up ratings.
Yes.
It was never intended to actually be like a character development.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's like because it was on screen, I think it slowly allowed it to become a thing, but it's unfortunate that it was just for ratings.
Yeah. Like the shock value of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so silly.
Yeah.
In 1992, Nancy, Roseanne's daughter on Roseanne, comes out as a lesbian on the show, which I do remember that. I remember her being gay on the show.
Yeah.
And they like never talk about it, which in a way is good. But
yeah. They did like a specific she comes out episode and then just never addressed it again.
I mean, no, it's just like not a focus. Okay. And I don't feel like they're making a bunch of jokes about it.
Okay. Yeah.
In 1994, the first openly gay actor to play an openly gay character, Wilson Cruz on My So-Called Life.
I don't think I knew that.
I didn't either, because I don't know if I knew he was openly gay, and I didn't know if the character was supposed to... I guess I did know the character was gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
In 1994, IKEA runs a TV ad that shows two men shopping for furniture together.
Okay. Was that the first ever
I
ad?
think so, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It didn't say it was the first, but I'm assuming.
Yeah.
They mentioned
Look at
it.
the Swedes.
Yeah. Swedes are progressive. In 1996, Carol and Susan get married on Friends, but they don't show a kiss. So, you know,
Yeah.
that's what it is. In 1997, Ellen comes out on her self-titled TV show. And then the next year, Will and Grace debuts. And it isn't until 2000 that you get the first gay kiss on TV, and it's Dawson's Creek at the end of season 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, you know, because, yeah.
So they never kissed on Will and Grace?
I guess not until before 2000.
Wow. And Will and Grace came out in 1997.
1998.
1998.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. 2000 is also the year that Gay as Folk came out.
Okay.
Have you watched that?
No.
But Charlie Dunham's in the English version,
Oh, okay.
which I was like, I might check that one out.
Yeah.
In 2001, Buffy the Vampire Slayer becomes the first show to have a gradually developing lesbian relationship between Willow, Allison Hannigan's character, and Tara. I do also remember that happening in the show. But again, it was just one of those things. It wasn't a one episode thing, but they just don't make a huge deal of it.
Yeah.
In 2002, Rosie O'Donnell comes out, and then I also wrote, and apparently plays a virgin nun who Meredith sleeps with. I hadn't watched the episode yet when I was writing this.
No.
In 2003 is when Queer Eye for the Straight Guy airs, and it also later wins an Emmy for Outstanding Reality Program. I don't know if it was that year or the next year, but it was pretty well
received. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about that too. Like my family, we sat down and watched it together.
Yeah.
It was great.
Loved it, yeah. I loved it so much I couldn't get behind the remake. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah.
I like the OGs.
In 2007, the first openly transgender actress playing a transgender role was Candace Cain in ABC's Dirty Sexy Money.
Wow.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
And I'm like, ABC? I don't know. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
Prime time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. No. And I do know the show. I watched maybe a couple of episodes, but I was young.
Yeah.
And I was focused on Entourage. I couldn't have too many.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow.
And also, but in 2009, Glee debuts. Look, we all know what that means. There was... I don't know, though, if Glee was, like, the best representation of the queer community.
I I don't know. Was it Naya Rivera's character? I liked that. How that they showed that, and they had them out. What Chris, whatever his name's character.
It was just in my head, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I liked how he was like it was clear, but also he was just living. So yeah, I, I'm trying to think of negatives about it. I don't really have any.
Okay.
Do you?
I don't remember it enough.
Yeah. I don't give Ryan Murphy a lot, but Lee, I do.
I did somewhere, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, 2022. We'll get there. We got RuPaul's Drag Race that airs in 2009, and it is still going.
Yeah. Dang.
I know. In 2014, Sirens is a U.S. network TV show, not the one that came out, obviously, 2014.
Yeah.
A female character named Voodoo was the first positive representation of asexuality on TV. And she was one of the main characters recurring.
Yeah.
And in 2016, the main character on BoJack Horseman comes out as asexual in season 3, or Todd Chavez, the main character, does.
Yes.
Which I haven't seen that one either.
BoJack? You should.
And it says that also in the following season, he finds a supportive community of other asexual individuals. And I like that.
Yeah.
In 2019, the first openly black man to win a lead actor Emmy was Bill Porter in FX Pose. And I wrote this down for later, but I mean, you got to give it to Ryan Murphy for really bringing gay to TV.
Yeah.
He
did.
That is one thing that he does do.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And a relatively good representation.
Yes.
I don't find it too problematic.
No, I don't find it too, what's it called?
Tropey?
Yeah, too tropey or to make, it's just normal.
It seems like a lot of his shows always have queer characters.
Yes.
But it doesn't feel forced.
No.
It feels very much part of the story.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, let me turn this character gay just because we need representation. It's like, no, they were, yeah.
In 2019, Black Lightning aired on the CW, and that was the first black lesbian superhero.
Yes.
Did you watch that?
I did.
I don't remember that.
No. It's played by Nafessa Williams, who's gorgeous.
Yeah, I looked it up, and I was like, how did I not know about this show?
Yeah, I'm so upset it got canceled. It was really good. And also why I started this podcast.
Yeah, I had not heard that. It did only have one season.
Yeah, I think so.
In 2019 is when we get our first openly gay character on the Disney Channel.
Oh, who?
Andy Mack.
What show? Okay.
I don't know.
Do they have any? I'm thinking Hannah Montana, Sweet Life.
I don't think so. I think that no, not openly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Miranda from Lizzie McGuire was definitely. Have you seen those? What's it called? Like tweets or whatever discussions? Yes, of like which character, if the show was made today, would have actually been like part of the LGBTQIA community. And I love those because half of it is really true. It's like, no, this character, is like this, but because it was back then, they couldn't really put that on TV yet. Yeah,
but it would be a lot better now.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Then we have in 2022 is when we have the first transgender actress to win a Golden Globe, and that's Michaela J. Rodriguez for FX's Pose.
Yeah,
which I do remember that because it was like a big deal.
Yeah,
and
it's also now on the Apple TV Plus show with Maya Rudolph.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Forgot about that. What's that show called?
It's based off Bezos's wife though, which I found funny.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like they're divorced and then she got money. And yeah. Apparently that was the inspiration for it. I'm gonna find the show's name because I do think it's important. Loot.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. I also have, that's kind of the timeline. So by the 1990s, we slowly see this representation. It's still, again, very much lacking, but as you see, we get more and more.
Yes.
Now, GLAAD, Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, has an annual Where We Are At on TV report that helps carry the nation's conversation. Did you see this?
Yeah.
It was so great. And so I
loved it.
I'm
pretty sure they mentioned it also. Isn't it run by or
Procter & Gamble? is part of it.
What?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay,
But
no.
what?
Which, when I read that, I was like, good for them. I was like, oh no, they're just trying to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna find this actress's name. But I'm pretty sure it's either the Golden Globes or the Emmys last year. They came on stage and talked more about it, like GLAAD and all that stuff. But I can't remember.
Yeah, we should post a link to this somehow. Or you can just go to GLAAD's website and find it, type in where we are on TV. And it's really interesting. And it was actually kind of surprising, the numbers. Like, I was like, oh, wow. But they also are not increasing very quickly anymore.
Yeah.
So for 2023 to 2024, GLAAD counted 454 series regulars on 64 primetime scripted series on all 5 broadcast networks. Of those, 39 series regulars were LGBTQ.
Okay.
And this is an increase from 31 from last year.
Okay.
No, sorry. It's a decrease of 31 characters. Yeah, that's what. Because last year they had it, the increase was. But there's a lot of great information on here that's actually really, really detailed.
Yeah.
And it's, really, really interesting.
Nice.
And I think it's good. There's no way we could even scratch the surface of the stuff they talk about. Did you find this and see anything on it that?
No, I think he covered it. I did want to find this actress. I was meant to look it up before, and I'll just I'll say it if I remember.
Okay.
But yeah, you found every information I found.
So the only other things I have are some TV channels. There's some funny and interesting stuff there, and then there's a couple of newer references that I think, again, as a straight person, are good representations.
Yeah.
So,
I did want to mention nothing on Sex in the City.
From me or online?
Online.
Oh, not that I saw.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, that's probably good. I don't think people need to be going to Sex and the City as a reference.
Sure, it's a white woman reference.
Yeah.
Sure. But I thought, the character, her best friend, I think that was one of my
the best friends. Yeah. I thought you were talking about Miranda.
Oh, no. I was no, not the new.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and because he passed away kind of recently.
Oh, yes. Oh, damn. Okay, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so TV channel.
Yeah, sorry.
So we have Gay Cable Network. GCN.
Hold on, sorry, because Josie's like, we're not gonna make this sad, and then we just talked about that.
Yeah, but now I'm uplifting it.
Yeah.
It's the first cable. It was the first cable network openly appealing to what I typed out, apparently gay and lesbian audience until 2001, which I guess right when it started. But so it was interesting though, because GCN was like an actual channel, and they provided coverage for both Democratic and Republican conventions with correspondents interviewing candidates and delegates.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a halfway legit
channel.
Yeah. But they did have some other programs that I found amusing. One was In the Dungeon with Slave Dale. It was a show on bondage with Slave Dale, who is an impish and social conscious leather man, or as described by Anonymous on datalounge.com on September 29th, 2005 at 8:14 p.m. A twinkish slave hosting a variety show in leather hot pants.
Wow, I love that for him.
Yeah.
For that.
There was also Good Morning Gay America.
Okay.
That was hard to say. Men in Rims and Dyke TV.
Okay.
So Dyke TV, it was a show
Yeah.
that they had on there, and it ran from 1993 to 2005 with over 300 segments. So it had its own little segments.
Yeah.
And those segments included news, arts, and a show that called I Was a Lesbian Child. I just feel like in the 90s and early 2000s, things were just named, like Lifetime movies was like, I was abandoned at 2 and raised by my pig.
Yeah. That actually reminds me This past weekend I had lunch with a friend, and they found a show, and I still haven't checked it out. I told them I would, and I will. But they found a show on the purple one that you don't have to pay.
The purple.
Tubi, sorry, Tubi. No, the streaming network.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just was like, okay.
Tubi, and it's called The Lesbian Homie. And apparently it starts like the first season is like very homemade, not homemade, but like awkward black girl by Issa, like very Instagram, you're using your own cameras and all that stuff. And then the other two next seasons says 2 and 3.
2 more seasons.
That's what I said. I was like, hold on.
Tubi's got a movie for 2 more seasons.
Yes. I said, hold on. Yeah, they upped the production value. So I was like, yeah, I definitely have to check this out. But the name of it, The Lesbian Homie, is just very, this is what the show is about.
Yeah. It's right up there.
Yeah.
Did he tell you what it's about? Is it kind of just like the awkward black girl like you're saying?
No.
Okay.
It's about... You guys should just check it out. I can't explain it.
Maybe let's both we'll both watch it. I don't know. I might not be able to talk about it.
Yeah. I'll definitely watch it and I'll talk about it. I should have watched it for this episode, but it's all right.
It's a whole month.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So we also have Here TV, and it was established in 2000 in an American premium TV channel. And in 2009, it became the first LGBTQ network to earn a Daytime Entertainment Emmy nomination. I didn't win it, but a nomination for Outstanding Special Class Special category. I know.
Oh, what?
Yes. Outstanding Special Class Special category. So special class and the special because it's the Ribbon of Hope celebration. They aired that was a special that they aired, and the category is special class. I know. I had to read it a million times.
Oh my gosh.
It's like that's that me espresso.
Yeah.
Drake and I broke that down grammatically, and it does make sense, but that me espresso, it has to be a saying, and then that's a
yes.
And then we have Logo TV, and Logo TV is still very much a thing. I feel like they've kind of switched a little bit to be less purely LGBTQ focused. They're a little bit more broad range, but
yeah,
because it's owned by Paramount now. But it was launched in 2005, and it's a basic cable channel. The name was picked because a logo is an identity, and nothing is more important than having your own. I like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And Logo is where RuPaul's Drag Race started. But it ended in 2016 because it's owned by Paramount. So I think it moved over to MTV, and now it's on some other channel.
Yeah, I thought it was on Bravo or something.
I think, yeah. I don't know. But that's what I have, and then I have my newer references. Do you have any?
The only thing I had was, in terms of other representation, like when I was growing up watching, was the L Word.
Oh, did I not mention that? It is on. I did write it down because I know I had it. Oh, yeah, 2004.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mention. I'm sorry.
All right.
And Reese is going to be mad because, actually, I was going to read you the text that Reese sent me about watching the L Word growing up.
Oh.
They were just saying they would sneak, like, once their parents would go to bed, I think they said they bought the DVDs, like, one at a time and would, like, sneak and watch them.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. That's funny.
I mean, that definitely, yeah. Did you watch it when you were younger?
I did, but I, like, snuck watch it, yeah.
I didn't actively watch it, but it was very much one of those things that if it was, like, on TV and your parents weren't around, you're like,
yeah. Yeah. The drama was good. Don't know what to tell you. It was great.
Okay, so I have 3 references that I think are just really good examples.
Okay.
One is English Teacher.
Yes.
Which came out this past year.
Yes.
FX.
Should we be mentioning English Teacher?
I know, and that is, let's mention the show, okay? Because the show is good.
Yeah.
The writer and creator has come under fire for some actions and behaviors that are questionable.
Yeah. Did you read the article, by the way?
Yeah. See, that's when I read the article, though, I was like, this is not well written.
No.
So I was like,
yeah.
What's being presented doesn't look good, but I'm not following the story here.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think if the article had been written better, I would have felt more strongly about it.
Yeah.
I felt kind of indifferent, but
kind of just like, why am I in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you. Definitely, what he did was outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
He's insane, but also it was very personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just think it was a good representation because he is gay. That is part of his character
Yeah.
but it's not his whole personality. It's not, and there's no really huge tropes around it.
No.
Except poppers. They bring that out, like I think in the last episode.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and then he also explores the other, like, he brings on, who does he bring on? In the first episode.
Oh, he has Trixie on there.
Yeah, Trixie on there, yeah. Yeah.
I love that episode. That was so good.
Yes. He does a great job of like representation, but not making it tropey or making it about the show. He's just living his life as an English teacher.
If somebody asked me what's English teacher about, I wouldn't say, oh, it's about a gay English teacher. I'd be like, oh, it's about this English teacher who's teaching in Texas and like kind of trying to fight the system. Happened to be gay and kind of, blah, blah.
Yeah, agreed.
The other one was I May Destroy You, which I watched because of you.
Yes.
And the reason I liked it so much too, I liked the gay character that they had.
Yeah.
And I liked the way they presented sexual assault between all spectrums of sexuality. And I really like that representation because I don't see that much for gay men on TV.
No, I don't either.
I mean, every once in a while you will, but it's usually it's a 90s trope, and it's, I won't say trope, but it's because they're afraid of getting AIDS and like
or it's like an episode,
Yeah.
not like a thing within a character's development and they got to go through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I love I May Destroy You, honestly.
It's such a good representation.
Yeah,
For sure.
Very cool.
And then when I was seeing it, I was like, what are shows that I can think of that have had queer people? And honestly, I had a hard time thinking about it though, because sometimes the characters was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a gay character.
Yeah.
Which I was happy about.
Yeah.
But with Small Town Security. And I'm going to bring up this show again. Okay. So it's about this older couple that has the security company in Ringgold, Georgia. The chief of their security company is a trans man. And I love the way they show their story and their emotional development and their romance because they're in love with their boss. And it is not somebody else watch it, correct me. I didn't think that it was like overly making expectation out of him being trans.
Yeah.
I think it just introduced you to a trans character.
Yeah.
And I think they're like talk about maybe getting surgery, and that's kind of the only thing that they really focus from that perspective.
Yeah.
And the rest is just him being him.
Yeah.
And I like that they included it, but it's not the focus.
Okay. Yeah. Small Town Security. I still I'm putting it. I need to check it out because this mentioned number 2. So if you mention it a third time and I haven't watched it.
Well, I have not watched it in a while, but I'm pretty sure it holds up.
Okay.
But I mean, there's a lot of TV shows now that I think have pretty good representation. Hacks is a good one.
Hacks is a great one.
I put What We Do in the Shadows. There's this clip that I found recently. Laszlo, one of the vampires, goes, "Gay is hot. Gay is in. I want to be gay," or "I am gay," is what it is, because all the vampires are gay because they're 300 or 400 years old.
Yeah.
Like
at that point.
Yeah, and they
do everything.
They talk about how every year they have an orgy and. It's good times.
That's another one I need to commit to. What We Do in the Shadows. Do you have anything else on your list?
I mean, I have some other ones. The Righteous Gemstones. There's Kelvin. He comes out in the he's gay, okay? But he never comes out as gay until the last season, and he wins an award. Yeah. He wins top following male of Christ or something like that. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I feel like if I list all of them, it would be a little. But are there any other ones that stick out in your mind?
I wrote the ones that like taught me, made me more about myself, about other people, different worlds, and I had Glee. I had Pose. Pose, I think, was so well done. It's sad it got canceled. Uh, I don't know how, I don't know, just like the ballroom culture and all that thing, like all those things tied to it. It's a shame that it got canceled because I don't know how they're gonna make another show. Kind of, still.
With that same.
Yeah, yeah, it actually really sucks that it got canceled. And yeah, you mentioned everything else. I put Hacks, I put the L Word, and yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I had.
No. Well, happy Pride Month. What does
Pride
Jimmy
Month.
say? He said, and have a happy, safe, queer month.
Yes. One fish, two fish. Gay fish, they fish.
All right. Well, then, you want to get on to the press release?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Did you see that Beyond the Gates got renewed?
I did not, but you know what? First of all, whenever I hear the show or see the show, I think Procter and Gamble.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I actually want to check it out,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want to help Procter and Gamble.
Uh-huh. Well, you're already giving Paramount your money, so
I know, but I know, but yeah, no, I saw I got renewed. I'll check it out. You haven't checked it out yet?
no.
Yeah, will you?
Maybe
Okay.
if we get Paramount again, which I'm sure we will at some point.
Yeah.
I'll probably will because I'll be like, oh, well, we have it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check it out. I'll let you guys know.
And then they also released the schedule for Stranger Things next season. Did you see that?
Yes.
And it's what, like Thanksgiving, December 1st, or
I thought it was on Christmas
maybe Christmas,
Yeah.
and then
next year.
January.
Yeah.
So
Like New Year's.
They really are trying to get you to have 3 months of subscriptions. That really is the whole point. You know that. We all know that, right?
Wow. I honestly didn't think about it until right now.
That's exactly why they're doing
That is exactly why.
Because
That's
even
crazy.
if they just did it weekly, you wouldn't have to subscribe that long.
Yeah.
So some genius / asshole was sitting in a boardroom and she's like, here's what we do. Here's what we do, y'all. And next what they're going to do is they're going to drop it in 5 parts.
That's evil.
I know.
That's like an evil genius.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is, if you came up with an idea like that and you,
And your purpose is to make more money for something?
Yeah,
you're a genius.
but you know that it's like so mean,
Yeah.
would you still do it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Same.
Yeah. No. I unfortunately just eat
It's not
that.
worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not.
I would rather
Ethics
make
goes a
people
long way.
happy and
Exactly.
enjoy my product instead of being complaining about
Exactly.
it. Using it begrudgingly.
Yeah, or maybe also like make good TV so more people sign up to your platform instead of like forcing people to sign up because there's one show out of a million shows that you know what I mean that you have on there that's decent. Yeah, ridiculous. But yeah,
All right, cancel that Netflix subscription for next month. Won't be back until December. What do you have?
I got Laid on Peacock got canceled. All of Chelsea's enemies are falling. First, Phineas. Next is Kimmel.
No, not Kimmel. I like Kimmel.
Not Kimmel.
Fallon.
Fallon, my bad.
That one we can root for.
Yes. We love Kimmel.
Yeah, we support Kimmel.
Yes, Lay got canceled.
Oh, I'm kind of sad by that.
Me too.
I know I expressed to you, like, when I watched it the first time, I didn't necessarily think that it needed a second season, but I would have been happy if there was a second season. I would
Yeah.
have watched it.
Right. I think we expressed if it got canceled, be like, all right, we'll get over it. But yeah.
The news hurts.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I liked the Stephanie, the lead. I thought she played a dynamic character, but it's
And
right.
I like that actress a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We have another recession indicator.
Oh.
We have an unannounced premiere date for The Match Game, which is coming back to ABC and hosted by Martin Short.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know The Match Game?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
from 16. They always bring it around every recession.
Wow. And Martin is on The Only Murders.
hmm
And he's dating Meryl, who's got it. He's all right. Like,
I'm thinking with these, it's like a week of filming. You get your check.
yeah,
Hopefully it's a lot, and then you're done.
yeah,
So,
worth it.
yeah.
Yeah,
But then, like you're saying, then you're tied to it.
yeah,
And it seems a little like, well, what are they doing that for?
right. But he is a great character to host something like that.
Yeah, he is.
So I got that. I have Okay, so I didn't. Last week we talked about, you'd mentioned an art, because you watched Forever, and then you went on the Netflix website, or their whatever,
Tudum.
Tudum. Uh-huh.
Which they had that whole event
Yes. Yeah,
that
yeah.
we're about to talk about. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
no. That's what we're about to talk about.
Okay.
So, I didn't admit this last week, but so I don't know if you've seen, but Netflix like has subdivisions of different representations. So they have like strong black lead, they have like strong Hispanic lead and stuff like that. So I don't know why I thought this. This is terrible. We could cut this out, but I thought To Dumb had to do with like Hispanic representation. And I was like, oh, that's the website for that. So, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for teaching me that it was not that last week.
Yeah. That is funny.
Yeah, and I checked out the website finally because I was like, this has nothing to do with me. Yeah.
Good.
Very informative. People should go on there.
Well, yeah, Netflix had that whole event and it is like the CinemaCon from the studio.
Yes.
I was like, did somebody watch that?
Probably. And I feel like every network is now trying to do.
We actually probably should have watched it. That like we are the people that should be watching it.
Because they do like announce new shows and move. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go watch it. But I was like, this is so corny.
Yeah, very.
Especially to air, I guess, on Netflix.
Yeah.
I know it is for Netflix, but just upload it on YouTube or something or post it later.
I feel like that's what they used to do.
Yeah, they're just making such a big deal of it.
Right. Why is there a whole red carpet and a...
Yeah.
No.
Too much.
Yeah. Okay, a couple of renewals for people. I don't watch these shows anymore. Well, I don't watch the first one, and then I never watched the second one. But All American, which is a CW show, renewed for its 8th and final season.
Okay.
They only gave it 12 or 13 episodes, though, which I'm thinking, like, sad it's getting canceled or ending, but it's nice that they gave it a final season to wrap up the story.
Yeah.
No matter how short, I think that's still is great. And then The Chi, which is on Stars.
Yeah.
It got renewed for season 8, and season 7 just premiered, so it got an early renewal.
You said that is the one you haven't
That's
watched?
the one that I have
I
not.
haven't watched that one either.
Yeah.
I've heard it's pretty good, though.
I do. I just have beef with Lena Waithe.
Oh. I thought you liked her. What beef you got
Have I
with her?
ever expressed I like her?
Well, you said something. You mentioned her at one point, so
Probably.
I thought, oh, she must like her.
Yeah.
'Cause when you brought her up, there was no shade towards her, so
Yeah.
I guess that's...
I think the best thing she's... No, that was too shady. But I have beef with her because of how Queen and Slim... Is that the movie? Yeah, Queen and Slim. How that ended. I feel like there was just so much support surrounding that movie. Great lead actors in it. And we were so excited. The Black community was so excited. And then you watch the movie and it was traumatic. And I hated it.
Traumatic.
Like...
Because it was bad, or...
No, like violent. Like I thought it was like an uplifting
Yeah.
thing that we were gonna experience, and I think that's what we all thought. And
Yeah, I didn't see that movie, but I remember when it came out, and that's the vibe I got, too.
Yeah. So I haven't been able to forgive her since.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you for not forgiving her.
Yeah, those are the 2 renewals I saw.
I have the last 2 things I have are the two shoes shows. Did you like that clip I sent you?
Yes.
Drake and I watched that clip about 50 times. In case nobody noticed.
It was Chelsea saying tomato in a very southern way.
But I don't even say tomato that way. I don't.
I feel like maybe...
I don't. And the weird thing, too, is I said tomaters.
Yeah.
So if people say, they usually say maters or tomaters, not tomaters.
Yeah. So you said it in a way that was butchering it as well. Yeah.
I didn't say it correctly either way.
I did watch it being like, damn, I really didn't. You don't come across Southern to me.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
But I heard that and I was like, ugh.
Yeah. It made me look at you a little differently. I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Me too.
Yes. What did you have? The two shows.
Virgin's series premiere on Monday, June 9th, TLC at 9. Say hello to Deanne, Alex, Rasha, and Sonili. Having never experienced sexual intercourse before, these four are ready to get out of their comfort zone and shake up their dating lives. They will navigate love, intimacy, and self-discovery in their 30s and 40s, from awkward first dates to exploring a bondage class and working with their intimacy partners. They'll risk it all in order to seal the deal. I don't think people should watch this.
I'm not going to.
Just like the other, what was it? The Polly family?
Yeah.
Or what was that what it was called?
No.
It was about that.
Yeah.
I don't think people should be watching these shows. But I had to mention it just because, like, this is some of the other TV that's out there.
Yeah. Okay. So these are the shows you should not be watching.
Yes. Yeah. If you see, that's one that we're saying don't.
Okay.
The premise is just so absurd.
So stupid. Like, who cares?
Also, maybe these people should just go to a therapist.
Right.
Alone.
Right.
Without cameras.
I feel like if you're like, I don't think there's anything special about being a virgin. I'm sorry. Like, if you're young, yes. But if you're 30, 40, I'm sorry. It's a choice.
I think if I was still a virgin by that age, I would just stay. I think I would just die a virgin. Why? Because that would be so embarrassing to tell somebody.
Yeah. But I also don't think I feel like it's a choice. So you aren't embarrassed at that point. Do you know what I mean? By 30?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
doing it.
If I was a virgin, it would be because of like social awkwardness or like social anxiety, and so that's why I would be too embarrassed.
Yeah,
so I'd be like, not only am I having a hard time having conversation with you, but I've never had sex because I have a hard time having conversation with you.
Yeah, it's fair. But I also don't think it's you get to meet men and it's not that impressive sleeping with them either. It's. I don't know. I just don't.
I thought you were gonna say it's not hard to impress them. I was like, yeah.
It's not. It's not that hard to impress them. It's not that hard getting them in bed.
The last one I have is Alone season premiere. I think it's like the 12th season. It's Thursday, June 12th on the History Channel. Have you ever watched that show?
Mm-mm.
It's really good.
Oh.
They have an Australian version too. They take these, I think it's like 10 or 12 survivalists. They are very much, usually they live off grid with their family, and so they hunt their own food. They have their garden, so they're used to kind of living off the land more.
Okay.
And they drop them out in the middle of nowhere in Alaska. They're like miles away from each other, so they're all by themselves, and they get 10 supplies.
Like each family member is by themselves?
No, it's just one individual that's like joined the show.
Got you.
And they can pick 10 survival items of their choice. It's from a list, and so they can all be the same. It's like tarp, rope, knife, axe, bow and arrow, so you can choose what's your skill set.
Mm-hmm.
And they just drop you out there, and you stay out there until you bail out.
Wow.
Or until you're the last person standing.
How long is until you're the last person?
Until you're the last person. And so the thing is that usually after about 6 days, their 60% is gone.
Wow.
But you have no idea. You don't know if you're the first person to tap out.
Yeah.
Or if you're the last person.
Yeah.
You have no, and because the crew does come and see you. I don't remember how frequently it is. Maybe it's once a week just to like check your vitals. Because they will pull you out if you're physically.
Alaska's cold, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot of them like make structures under trees.
Okay.
Like little dens.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's so fun to watch, especially you're sitting there with a bag of chips and you're like, that's so stupid. Why would you build a boat instead of a shelter?
Right.
And then the guy like gets really far.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, okay, but
as if you have the tenacity to even
never.
Like, no, I'm not wired that way at all.
Here's what's really bad about this show though. You want to know what they win?
Yeah, yes.
$500,000. In this economy? Are you kidding me?
Okay, but to be fair, I think that's one of the highest prize monies I've ever heard of.
Survivor wins $1 million.
They do?
Yes.
Oh, that's
I think
crazy.
Big Brother wins $1 million.
I don't think Big Brother wins $1 million.
I don't know, but I know that like Survivor's $1 million. A lot
Yeah.
of those are usually $1 million is at like what's at stake?
Yeah.
No Deal or No Deal Island, the mole.
Right. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Traders is not $1 million, but they can build up
To it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
$500,000, and you can be out there for over a month.
Wow. And it's like a solo thing too. So they should be offering more. Does that make
And
sense?
yeah, and you pay your taxes, you're down to 250K.
That's true. That's true.
You can't live off of that.
So you're saying if they were offering $1 million, you'd sign up for the show?
No. But I'm just saying, I'm definitely not signing up for $500,000.
I agree.
But yeah, yeah, it blows my mind that that's not enough.
No, it's not. That's crazy.
Because you remember Survivor, when that first came out, 2000, 2001,
Mm-hmm.
Richard was the first person to win. But 2000, 2001, $1 million literally could change your life.
Yes.
You could retire with smart investments.
Yes.
Nowadays, I'm sorry. You hate me, for listeners, but if you won $1 million after your taxes,
Mm-hmm.
you can't quit your job. I mean,
No.
you could, but you have to have something lined up later down.
Right. No, you have to invest that money for it to actually make sense.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Or like pay off your house,
Right. Yeah.
You can't live off of it.
No.
You can't even put it in a high yield savings account and live off the interest.
And if you did, it's lasting you 2-3 years tops.
Mm-hmm. Maybe 10 if you're like
10?
if you're uber fruit. Like let's say you already have your house paid off. You don't have any debt and you're
Okay.
just like eating rice and beans.
Sure. But nobody is in that position. I'm thinking if you don't have your house paid off, if you're renting.
Well, I mean, the Richard, he was kind of old when he won, so
Was he?
yeah, I think he was like
Wow.
50s, 60s.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I do have
sorry,
two more.
Sorry.
I just got to mention it. It's a while away, but we do have a season 2 premiere date for Nobody Wants This,
Oh, yes.
October 23rd. Hallelujah. So we're very, very excited for that. I'm so excited we finally get to talk about it on the pod too.
I know, because we already talked about the pod when it came out the first time.
Yes.
We weren't recording yet.
Yeah,
It was so hard.
it was. And then Variety is releasing an Actors on Actors, and I call it Emmy editions, because it's basically the actors on TV shows it's for it's an Emmy campaign situation for all of them.
For sure.
And it started Monday, June 2nd, and it's going all the way till next week.
Okay.
And one episode, one interview drops every day.
Which I think yesterday was Colin and Danny DeVito.
Yes.
Colin
Yeah. Yes.
Farrell. What's his name? I don't know. Colin Farrell. I'm gonna say Will Ferrell, Colin Farrell.
I was gonna say, how many Collins do you know?
Well, and there's Colin Firth.
True. Yes. Oh, fine.
They're all very different, but similar names.
Yeah. That was it.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Maybe not necessarily next week, but up ahead.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
You watch this. You watch this.